What is up, Lightfighters? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. As always, this is Lightfighters Anonymous, the support group for martial artists with small arms. And as you probably know as a Lightfighter, sometimes you want to be secret squirrel snooping and pooping and not be seen in the woods, but other times you might want to be seen so your buddy doesn't shoot you in the back with the 240. Stay with me after the intro or skip ahead exactly 30 seconds to check out some gear with me.
Eagle 2, this is Lightfighter 1-1. How copy? Over.
Contact!
Contact!
1-1, this is Eagle 2, good copy, send traffic, over.
All right, guys, thanks for staying with me, guys. Today we are talking about being seen on purpose in the woods, and when we talk about that in the light fighter concept or militarily, that is kind of often called signal or PID, personnel identification, or IFF, identity friend or foe identification. We were talking a little bit about that today, but kind of signal and some mixed gear. When we're talking about ID or signal, guys, this is a system, just like any other system that is critical to your success. You want layers of it. So when you start looking at what I'm wearing right now, obviously solid green. My buddies also happen to wear solid green because we think it's super cool. So when we're looking at each other and we see solid green, the first thing we think is, oh, that's probably a friendly. But however, everybody can buy green. So we start putting on identity patches and name tapes. Sometimes these are hard to be seen from a distance. If we need even more PID or IFF capability, we can start putting colored armbands on our heads, on our arms, on our legs. Those are things we all see being done currently in the war in Ukraine. We see them wearing blue and yellow, and then the Russians are oftentimes wearing red, just like those damn orcs they are. But not to get political today, we are talking about PID. So this is a system you want to layer, all right, guys? Now, when it comes to layering the system, your level one or your layer one of all your equipment is kind of what you carry in your pockets. And you are limited because, you know, carrying a bunch of shit in your pockets is kind of shitty. So what do I carry in my pockets when we're talking to signal? Up here, I've just got a little tourniquet, and I always keep that in there. So right here is my little emergency signal pocket, if you will. And I don't know if we call it emergency, but I keep it up here all the time because it's just up, out of my way. And out of mind, you know, and I know I always have it. So it's right here, and it's also soft. And what this is the brand new from Swift Designs and Textiles. They're calling it the SDT-17. Now this is a cut down signal panel, a cut down version of a signal panel that expands about a foot. I'll show you in a second. And they're calling it the SDT-17 because it is basically an old VS-17 signal panel. I have a big chunk of right here. See pink on one side, orange on the other. This is just a very condensed and improved version of that. So let me go ahead and open it up. First thing you'll notice is I've got a couple thumbtacks in there, and I'll explain those in a second. They just fall right out. And then this thing just kind of pulls out and unfurls like so, and boom. So this right here is the SDT-17 made by Swift Designs and Textiles. This is a personal signal panel, okay? All I've really done to it to make my changes is I've added the IR reflective patch in the middle. You don't get that with them. Those are kind of hard to get. And then I added these orange sections of 550 cord to the corners, just so this is ready to tie down to anything I need it to tie to. Guys, this is just excellent. You can literally just wave this at somebody. You can tie it onto something to mark a door. You can tie a lasso together to hang it from something. You can expose the orange side. You can expose the pink side. You can put a little patch in the middle. Now, if you take just like some mosquito wings or private rank, that makes an excellent arrow. So you have an arrow that you're able to change the orientation of after you've already hung your patch, so you can indicate a certain direction. You can also write on this if you want to. There's nowhere to erase it. This also, on this side, you'll notice that it's got a little elastic band, and that is designed to hold just a plain old chem stick right up in there, and then you can get some enhanced night usage out of this as well. Finally, obviously, because it just folds into this little pouch down here, thumbtack, don't get poked. Because it folds into this little pouch, if you do need to throw this thing like a flag or like a wolf's tail, you can put, when you're done making noodles, you can put your rock or something in this little pouch, and then you can give this a big ol' heave, and you can throw this, you know, a lot further with a rock in it than you can without a rock in it. So a little pouch that holds a rock, just a ton of usage for this. Again, it comes on the corner with little 550 loops. I think he's gonna make a new one with grommets. I don't know how I feel about that yet. It's gotta pack good in my sleeve. But I just girth hitched on some orange 550, and this allows me to tie it to basically anything. If I'm going on a ruck with some buddies, I can tie it to the outside of my ruck just like that. So guys, this is the SDT-17 made by Swift Designs and Textiles, a veteran-owned small business here in America out of DC, very compliant, all that good stuff. And this just folds up and stuffs back in that pouch and goes right in there. I said I was going to explain the thumbtacks, and I will. These I just drop in there because if you find something that a thumbtack will go into, you can stick it up real easy, and you can ruin a tire, or you can stick it to the side of somebody's house. And these are just little trail marking thumbtacks, which I kind of have scattered across my signal and marking package. But these are just reflective to white light. So I just keep usually a little handful of those in there until they completely fall out or they poke me in the arm and I throw them away. So other than that, what do I really carry on my person? Not much. What I'm thinking about adding to that little package is like a small little signal mirror. It'll fold right up in that pouch and it'll get forgotten in there, and it'll just be another capability. I have a signal mirror somewhere in this equipment, but Lord help me, I don't know where it's at right now. So that's some of the problem with having too much shit. On to other stuff on my first line that I carry for signal, not much, but your main and most effective thing is your voice. So learn how to be loud and project that voice. Say it like a man. And then you can talk loud and obviously, hey buddy, don't shoot me, I'm over here. That is a very effective use of both PID, IFF, signal, all that stuff. So sometimes keep it simple. On to my person. At nighttime, I will carry a little red lens flashlight, usually just around my neck. It's around here somewhere. It's actually right in here. So at nighttime, I do throw that on. I'm going to start talking about with just day signal options first, though. So when it comes to day signal options, again, somewhere in here I've got a signal mirror, but I have never once found myself using a signal mirror ever. Oftentimes you can use like a good bright visible green laser, and most people have access to those in the field now if they're not on your rifle, or you're a cool guy carrying an ISLID. It's just an option. You can get people's attention with a visible laser during the day because they are so powerful and bright. Moving on to my suspenders here, if my voice isn't going to be loud enough, I do still carry an old whistle. You'll notice this is a hollowed out whistle. No rattle to it, it's solid plastic, and I'll avoid you the toot in your speakers of me blowing it. But it does work. So if you need a whistle for any reason, I just encourage you to have one. They can be useful for some signal purposes or giving specific signals to another team. Again, they're just about as loud as a loud person, so you're not gonna hear these over gunfire or the ground exploding. But it's just another option. All right, guys, sticking with our daytime signaling devices, obviously we've got our signal panel right there. I carry another one usually in all of my bags just so I can tie them onto rucks. Some other things that I sometimes carry but don't always carry, those little marking thumbtacks are great. This is just a little kit. I got some more thumbtacks in there if anybody ever needs it. And then on top here, not an old regular backer can. This is a Ninja throwing star. No, this is a can of just little breadcrumb trail marker tabs, just cut up VS17 signal panel. If you know you're going somewhere weird or you're going to need to leave a breadcrumb trail, these are an excellent option for breadcrumbing your trail during the day. You can combine these with the thumbtacks and stick these up and make them incredibly more visible from a distance. So just an option to leave a breadcrumb during the day. Also, if you guys are really marking a lot of land, this is just a bunch of crap I carry when we're going out to people's property and they need stuff marked. Multicolored zip ties are excellent. And then obviously the engineering tape is fantastic. You can carry a roll of this, rip off a piece and tie it to something, and then just mark it any color. So these are all great options for signal and marking. Also stuffed down in here, I have a more traditional VS17 signal panel. This one's got OD green on one side and orange on the other. Maybe they call this the marine version or something, who knows. I won't call it that. Daytime signal, guys, you're a little bit more limited because it depends on somebody seeing you and then you being visible enough to be seen. So other than that, guys, not a whole lot. You can always use light, but the problem is light is a little bit less effective during the day because it's already bright. On to some nighttime signaling gear, guys, stuff I always carry. Again, I said it earlier, but around my neck when it becomes nighttime, I carry a little red lens flashlight, and this just clicks right on just like that, and this is just your headlamp. You can use it as a headlamp or you can use it to signal for some help. So a couple flashes of red lens. Always carry a backup, and again, I have this one taped up so we don't get any light NDs. Also moving through this pouch here, we've got, these are another favorite for breadcrumbing trails. These are 1-inch Kim lights. Now these are actually pretty hard to see. Let me come around the table here. And this is a little 1-inch Kim light right there. And these are very dim and they're hard to notice, but these are super effective if you need to breadcrumb a trail or mark a trail that you can see under night vision, okay? These show up really well in night vision. Now, if you're in like tall, very tall chest-high grass, these things just completely disappear. But if you're in like ankle or knee-high grass, they burrow down, so you can really kind of only see them when you're right on top of them. Likewise, if you're in the snow, you can push them into the snow a little bit and they're going to be completely invisible to the naked eye, but on night vision, they're just little glowing breadcrumb trails along the way. So these are a cool little life hack. If you work under night vision and you work with people without night vision, you can really use stuff like this to take advantage of them. All right, since we're on the topic of night vision and the night signal, these are another one of my favorite little options. These are the Phoenix Junior IR strobes. These just little items that click onto a 9-volt battery and then they strobe in IR. So again, if you're working with people who aren't accustomed to night vision, they don't have that capability, these are fantastic little infrared strobes. You can put one in a buddy's pocket, they'll flash through the pocket. You can put this in your buddy's back of his truck and you can track him from the sky if you've got night vision capabilities like that. These are awesome, just a little quick on beacon. I don't know exactly how long they last. I know they last at least 12 hours. I've seen them do that. So we got two different models. This one with jumpers right here, as you can see with the jumpers. It's supposed to be programmable somehow. I don't know. This one, no jumpers, it just strobes. So these are the Phoenix Junior IR strobes. You can usually get these for about less than 20 bucks. Somebody will sell them to you for more happily, but don't pay more than 20. But these are just another little item. They don't, very small, and I just keep them in my stuff. Moving on, as you can see, I don't always carry everything I'm about to show you here in my bag, but I usually have one close by, and it is my favorite. It is the flares. Now, I've got a couple different options of flares here. Obviously, you can get your plain old Orion road flares, and while these are an excellent nighttime signaling device, they are so bright that you can usually signal with these in the daytime. So that's why I really do like a good road flare. Now you can get these long versions that are designed for like 15 or 30 minutes, or you can get these little short 5-minute versions that are much easier to pack. A little hack, guys, wrap these in some electrical tape, and they'll burn a little bit longer. They kind of messes up the burn, but also it keeps them a little waterproof. Or you can just spray paint them, and that'll keep them a little bit more waterproof too in your gear. If you don't like carrying those specific flares, I have some better options for you. Old boat safety flares are what I prefer, and this right here is a handheld version, and this is Chef's Kiss, the rocket-assisted aerial flare, fire and forget. It is my favorite. But first things first, this little flare is real simple to use. This is, again, a hand flare. You just pop it out like one of these ways. I forget, I should probably read the instructions. If this blows up on me on YouTube, I'm gonna laugh. This is the hot end. So yeah, you just somehow twist to unlock this thing. I'm gonna embarrass myself here. There it is. So you had to twist to unlock it, and then boom. Now you've got a handle, a hot end, and then you can yank this, and boom, you've got a little holdable flare that I guess you don't have to worry as much about burning yourself with as that guy right there. I don't really find a bunch of use out of these. I just happen to have a lot of them, and because I don't use them or never use them, they have hung out for a long time. So the hand flares. Now, My favorite here is the rocket flare. These are fantastic. These are rocket assisted and parachute dropped flares. This will give you about 30 to 45 seconds of burn time in the air. I think they go about 1,000 feet up, maybe 1,500. It really depends on what kind you get. And these are expired, so I always bring 2, just in case one fails, you've got another one. My success rate with these is like 95, 99%. It's very high. But to use these guys, they come in a couple different packages. This one's just got a container. You just remove the lid, remove the end, and then you've got the little dangle cord. Hold it firmly above your head. Don't look up as you pull this, kind of look down, and then yank that cord, okay? Super simple. The other one has just a little screw system safety. Your ball dangles. Again, nice firm grip above your head. Do not look up. Look down and then rip it, okay? These are fantastic. These will provide you a decent amount of illumination at night if you need to see some battle space or someone's creeping up on your line or whatever your alert conditions are. You can shoot these up and they will illuminate a little bit. But also, they go 1,000 feet up and they burn very bright so they can be seen during daytime. So looking over here, I obviously have one more source of fire in the sky, or if I was cooler, making the ground explode. Unfortunately, this is just a civilian TAC-79, and this one is a 37 millimeter launcher. What is this for? Well, it's entirely for LARPing and having fun with. We haven't got to play with it too much, but it looks super cool, so I bought it. However, it can be utilized as a tool if we ever needed it to. Obviously, there are a bunch of inserts. I could shoot 37 millimeter projectiles and illumination rounds out of that, or just bear bangers and big loud noise makers. It's quite a big package for that, obviously, because you can just get pin flares or these rocket flares. But it gives it a second purpose. This is a little insert right here, just milled out of aluminum, and this gives me the ability to shoot these 26.5 millimeter flares. These specific ones with 3 red stripe are, I believe, the Czechoslovakian rain flares. They produce 3 little red flares that kind of slowly burn down to the ground. Cool little pattern, great for signaling, great ambiance if you really ask me. I can fall asleep to Czechoslovakian rain flares all night. But again, if you've got the equipment and the tool, just give yourself some more capability by carrying a different ammunition loadout, and then you've got a great source of signal equipment. All right, so earlier I talked about what I was wearing on my body, and we talked about IFF and PID. We talked about these little patches I wear, and obviously these don't mean anything, but my buddies kind of recognize me in them, so they should know it's me. But some things are a little bit more intentional for these types of purposes. So if I move over here, guys, what you'll notice on kind of the backs of all my equipment is 1, my name, so somebody knows who they're talking to when I'm facing the other way. And 2, cat eyes, and then sometimes glint tape if I got room for it, okay? Obviously my name tape is right here. Right next to it is cat eyes. These are just some glow-in-the-dark tape that is affixed to hook webbing or hook loop Velcro, and then stuck on there. The little black one in the middle is glint tape, ripped off a bunch of old surplus Army helmets. It's supposed to reflect infrared light, but I guess not other light. I don't know, it looks cool, so I stuck it on there. And then finally, this big square right here is a reflective patch that is included with the Crossfire gear. It just stows away like that when not in use, but obviously I'm not hiding from anybody, so I leave it down. Again, I carry basically the same little setup on the back of my Patrol LBE. This is my fanny pack that I'm using as a butt pack right now. Again, my name, my role, and 2 cat eyes so I can be followed by friendlies that are close behind me. As well on my helmet, if we move some of my cool Manchu hair, I've got an IR reflective name patch back there that someone can ideally follow me with. And then again, IR reflective patches on the sides. Again, it's under Manchu hair, so limited effectiveness. I'm nerfing myself. On top though, again, I mentioned in one of my other videos, just another strobe. So we can strobe it red, we can strobe it green, we can strobe it IR, or we can turn it off, but I can be followed pretty easily by people when I want them to follow me. So that is the whole essence of PID, IFF, signal, and all that stuff. And lastly, if you'll see here, I'll grab the lid off my CF2 ruck, and you'll see, essentially the same array last name, glint tape, and then this is a clip for this specific beacon. I can clip on the back of my big ruck. So again, just keeping those signal and those personal identification items. Keep that thing on you so you don't get shot by your homies in the back, all right? All right, guys, this has been kind of just a glimpse at my personal signal, my Lightfighter signal equipment, if you will. I wanted to give a big shout out to Swift Designs and Textiles for that cool new signal panel. I did get to collab with them on that, so we kind of talked about the design. This is the Gen 1, if you don't include the one that I've made myself right here a long time ago. But this is the Gen 1 signal panel right here, and I love it. So shout out to Swift Designs and Textiles, again, veteran-owned small business out of DC. Thanks for checking out this signal gear, guys. I hope you guys didn't learn a damn thing. I hope you had no fun at all. Again, my channel is completely demonetized, so like, comment, and subscribe. It means a whole lot to me. The comment section is the fastest way to call me an idiot, and it hurts my feelings. I promise it'll be effective. So get in there and call me an idiot. Other than that, guys, stay sharp, rock on, and kiss your mothers.